More brilliant stories out this week with fanciful figures. Bit of a stretch of the imagination, some of them. And here we go, here's another one. This is generational. I'll just give you a bit of information on generational here. Certify the battery health of your electric vehicles. Generational Plus, about vehicle engineering is in our DNA. Our founding team is made up of automotive software engineers and data scientists with expertise from Red Bull Racing, Imperial College, London and the University of Cambridge. We have experience developing tools for some of the biggest names in the automotive world, including Hyundai, Kia and Mercedes-Benz. There's some pictures here. Actually, that one, does that look the same? See, the problem is, we've got the About Us there, we've got the news, generational 2025 battery performance index. Motorpoint rolls out generational battery health certification across its 21 stores nationwide. I couldn't find any evidence when I looked into that report that Motorpoint have got any battery certificates whatsoever. If they did, they weren't mentioning it in any of the adverts I checked, and I checked a lot. So this is generational, you'll see there. Why battery health must become the cornerstone of used EV financing. Well, I would be guessing it because that's what you do, and that's how you'll make your money in future when everybody wants a battery health certificate. Fair enough, I'm a big advocate of that. I don't mind that, that's great. Just so long as you don't claim things that are stupid and make you look silly. I'll show you the certificate quickly. Generational 2025 Battery Performance Index. Now I'm a bit worried about the copyright for that. I'm only going to show you a couple of bits of it. But what I will show you is this. GB News, Felix Re EVs on the 22nd of the 2nd 2025, and you'll see there's a big share button on that, so obviously there's no copyright on it. So let me just go through that and then I'll tell you what I think. Let's get started. So electric car batteries last longer than expected as millions prepared to ditch petrol and diesel vehicles. Now, I want to know where they've got this headline from this information. Because again, big step. Used electric cars have a degradation rate of less than 5% on average. On average. Remember that. Less than 5% on average. The UK's largest second-hand electric vehicle survey has revealed that EV batteries hold up better than some motorists believe. Well, that's not a huge claim, is it? Because a lot of motorists believe that they're going to break down within the warranty period, let alone out of warranty. So again, not a huge claim. A new study states that the average battery health stands at 95.15% for used electric cars, based on data from more than 8,000 cars and light commercial vehicles. There's nearly 44,000 electric vehicles for sale on Auto Trader now. So 8,000, not a whole lot. The research was conducted on vehicles from across 36 manufacturers between the ages of 0 and 12 years old, and with mileages of up to 160,000 miles. So we'll go to Auto Trader, electric cars, 43,761, climbing every day. So what we'll do here, we'll go to mileage, up to 160,000 miles. So over 100,000 miles, all the makes and all the models of electric vehicles, there's only 299. And that's on Auto Trader. That's not on Generational's sample. So let's just up the ante here. Let's just take that up to 125. So there's only 88 left then. 150. After 150, there's only 27. And as I say, that's on the whole of Auto Trader. So all the different makes and models, over 150,000, there's only 27 EVs. And I'll tell you what, I bet half of those have had new batteries. I don't think that's much to go by, do you? For vehicles in the 8 to 9 year age bracket, the electric battery will retain a median capacity of 85%. 8 to 9's 85%. Remember that? According to the Generational Battery Performance Index. Even vehicles with high mileages of more than 100,000 miles frequently returned a state of health SOH capacity between 88 and 95%. Only 299 on Auto Trader. There's 44,000 of them on Auto Trader. There's only 299. These have only sampled 8,000. Let's just get it all straight in here. Let's remember all these figures. For used electric vehicles that have been on the roads for 4 or 5 years, the median state of health was as strong as 93.5%. 4 or 5 years, if I'm honest, that doesn't sound very good because that's the median. Now, I tested a Hyundai Kona the other day at Citroen Hyundai in Preston. 6 years old, 100% state of health. So when you remember how you get an average is you've got all of them, you add all the percentages together, then divide by the amount of cars that you've tested, and that gives you the average. As I say, the Hyundai Kona at 6 years was 100%. So in order to drag that down to 93%, I mean, if there was just 2 of them, what would you have to have? One at 86%? So that would be just 2 cars at 86 and 100%. Average 93.5, if I've added that up in my head right. So 93.5%, showing that used electric vehicles remain reliable even after a number of years. 4 or 5 years, they remain reliable. You must be having a laugh. The data also showed that battery degradation is not the systemic risk once assumed. You've just proved it is. As a growing number of drivers ditch petrol and diesel cars for zero-emission vehicles. Zero-emission vehicles that start off way behind ICE vehicles and take until at least 23,500 miles to catch them up. So they may be zero emissions, but they start off dirtier. You seem to have forgotten that, Felix. You seem to forget it in every story, Felix. Oliver Philpott, CEO of Generational, which conducted the study, said the research proved that EV batteries are performing better than consumers and industry stakeholders believe because you're showing them slightly better than they think they are. They're still shit, but they're not as shit as everybody thinks they are. That's the headline you should be leading with. EV batteries aren't as shit as you thought they were. We've done a survey of 8,000 vehicles. It shows they're shit, but not as shit as you thought they were. That's a win, is it? Fears around battery degradation remain one of the key concerns for motorists who are yet to switch to an electric vehicle. I'd have to say that battery degradation isn't as much as a fear of battery breaking down totally. All right, you have to charge a bit quicker. You have to put it on once a week more when you're charging it. But you still get there and back. But when it goes completely, that's what worries me. I couldn't start, nothing had come on my Citroen Ami. I thought, Christ, it's a battery. And I do happen to know that the basic Citroen Ami costs £7,695, and to have a new battery fitted, it's £7,690. So you pay for the battery and you get the surrounds of the battery for free. However, when you need to buy a new one, you just buy the battery and it's the same price virtually, especially alongside range anxiety. The expert. Which expert? Was it me? Am I an expert? Was it one of these shills off the internet? Was it one of these people that don't prove what they say? Was it somebody who claims something and they've got no evidence to back it up? Well, I'm afraid I've had a look at the evidence for this story, and if anything, I think the evidence disproves exactly what they say and makes them look stupid. The expert said, with an average state of health over 95% and even older vehicles comfortably exceeding warranty thresholds, the underlying fundamentals are extremely strong. Transparency. Let's have more transparency, should we? Transparency. Well, like showing your figures when you make a claim. Like when you say that EV sales have exceeded the ZEV mandate targets by 60,000 plus, but then you won't show you working out. Is that transparency? When you say that we've hit the ZEV mandate for the last 2 years, when everybody says we haven't. Clear as mud, eh? Clear as mud transparency. Transparency in battery condition is the main challenge facing the market today, an essential infrastructure for a healthy used EV sector. As vehicles age, the variance between the best and worst performers widens, and that dispersion defines risk. The report identified that most vehicles rarely approach the warranty thresholds set out by the manufacturers. Now that's 70%, it's like nearly a third, just in the warranty period. So they expect it to degrade by 30%, don't they? That's what they're saying. We're giving you a warranty for so long, but the warranty only covers the battery degrading down to 70%. So they expect 30% loss. 30% loss in your range. Imagine you've just invented EVs, and you go into a boardroom and they all pull up in the Mercedes Benzes with the chauffeurs. You say, I've invented this, it'll make diesels and petrols obsolete. Electric motor, really quick, shreds your tyres, sets on fire now and again, goes into thermal runaway, kills firemen, burns down houses, sinks ships, underground car parks, decimates them, just blows up outside your house, in your garage. It gets a bit of rain in, battery stops. If it gets 8 inches of water in it, the battery explodes, burns your house down. You'll be going, is he fucking mad? Oh, okay, yeah. So, what's the good bit? We only have to guarantee up to 70%. Excuse me? That's the good thing, is it? You can charge at home cheap. Didn't you just say this set on fire? Is charging at home something you'd want to do with your wife and kids in bed overnight? How long's the charging lead? 15 foot.
Evolution Solutions is a construction company which champions women in the construction industry.
I'm out.
I'm out. It's a joke. Rarely approach the warranty thresholds set out by manufacturers. Further protecting motorists. How does that protect motorists? If your ICE engine did that, you'd be straight back to the garage. Do you know what? Another story. So, Ford Fiesta gear. This guy brought it back. He said he couldn't get the miles per gallon that it was claimed in the brochure. Couldn't get it. And I think he was getting 45 miles to the gallon. I think it said 50. So I had to go and drive it and prove that you could get 50. Otherwise, he wanted to give me the car back. Now, I never told him it would do 50 miles to the gallon. If my car was doing 50 miles to the gallon, I'd be over the moon. But no, he'd read it in some of the literature. Now, when they do those tests, like everything else, they do it in laboratory conditions. But I can pretty much say that an engine, it ain't going to lose 30% of its power by the time it's out of warranty. That just reinforces how bad they have to make the warranty in order to protect themselves. They're not protecting you, they're protecting themselves. Otherwise, you'd have a new battery every few weeks. Many car brands sell electric vehicles with warranties that guarantee a state of health of at least 70% over 8 years or 100,000 miles. So 30% worse when they were new. The generational report states that the overwhelming majority retain a far healthier battery state of health, reassuring motorists that they will not need to replace their batteries after a short amount of time. Well, not unless you want it to be more than 70%. Many manufacturers are also now selling electric vehicles with a battery passport included to show motorists the origin and health of the battery. There aren't enough. Mr. Philpott said by establishing clear benchmarks for what is typical above and below average as we look to drive further growth in 2026. Above and below average. Should an average be applied to a car? Let's face it, 70% shit, isn't it? Everybody must agree. Losing 30% of your engine life has to be shit. We are giving the market the reference points it needs to price risk accurately, strengthen residual values and accelerate adoption. I'd have to disagree with you. I think you've shot yourself in the foot with this report. The Kia Battery Passport. Kia aims to have the battery passport included in all of its electric vehicles by 2027. The report is designed to help give assurance to motorists who are looking to invest in an electric car, especially ahead of the 2030 ban on sales of new petrol and diesel vehicles. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. In most cases, identified by generational, electric vehicle batteries are likely to exceed the lifespan of the vehicle itself. Plenty of cars every single day, just on BCA, with Duff batteries. Non-runners, battery fault, traction battery fault. There's plenty of vehicles on Auto Trader with new batteries. There's plenty of vehicles that are just sold for scrap. Even in, as I say, in British car auctions, even cars within the first 3 years warranty, they're still in the auction as non-runners because your battery may not have degraded, it may have been damaged, you may have got water in. None of those things are covered by warranty. Also, if you don't have them serviced, sorry, no warranty, mate. If something goes wrong with your battery, EVs don't need servicing. Actually, they do, especially if you want a warranty on your battery. If you don't service them, it's not warranted, and that's the first get-out clause. Likely to exceed the lifespan of the vehicle itself, even in cases when the vehicle is consistently making high mileage journeys. What difference does it make whether it's high or low mileage journeys? Oh, Philip, I have to be careful here because I like Philip. Philip Northard, chair of the Vehicle Remarketing Association, I didn't know he was, said potential buyers of used electric cars and vans understandably place a huge emphasis on battery health. They need to trust that this fundamental and expensive vehicle component will meet their needs without any unpleasant surprises. Transparency will prove crucial in building future consumer confidence and dispelling the many misconceptions that have gained currency around EV batteries.